What's going on YouTube? 088 here. I'm late to the party again. Not as late as I was with my Star Wars review, but yeah. So, you know, I had to take my time with this one. Obviously I had to do a review, but I took my time with this one because I had to go and see Batman v Superman twice just to make sure I got everything right. Like, because I watched it the first time, I left feeling a little bit deflated. I left feeling a little bit like, man, I don't know about this film, you know. Like, I read all the bad reviews. I thought maybe they clouded my judgment a bit, you know. And next day I couldn't remember half of what happened in the film. Like, there was certain bits I didn't get, so I went to watch it again. Not just specific review, I only wanted to watch it again anyway. I was going to watch it again twice no matter what. But yeah, so I've seen it twice now, so I can proper get right down to the nitty gritty and talk about this film, what I like, what I didn't like, what I think of it. Right, I'm going to start off with what I liked about it first, the good stuff. Like, first of all, Zack Snyder's filming is just amazing. Zack Snyder, I loved Watchmen, I love 300, I haven't seen Sucker Punch. Everyone rips him for Sucker Punch, but I haven't seen it. I don't really want to see that. But yeah, like, you know, Zack Snyder just has a way of filming that's just artistic. He's got so much style, and there's so much, like, you know, depth and meaning just from the way he shoots things, you know what I mean? Critics can make fun of him and say he's a hack or whatever, but, like, the way he films just speaks to me. Like, it just feels, I don't know how to describe it. It gives you it makes you feel some type of way. Like, the criminal comes into Crime Alley, gets the gun right between, you know, Martha Wayne's necklace, and then slow motion, smashes all her pearls, you know, the classic symbol, all the pearls just dropping everywhere and stuff. Like, it was beautiful. It reminded me of the Watchmen opening a little bit, like the times they are changing, whatever. Like, obviously there was no music like that or anything like that, but that's what it just reminded me of. I was like, when it started, I was like, wow, we're in for some good shit right now. This is looking epic. And then the way he filmed Bruce Wayne just swerving in and out of the traffic, trying to get to his building and all that when Superman was fighting Zod, and like, it's such a distant thing, watching it right from Bruce Wayne's perspective. It's just amazing. The flipping world engine thing that was, it's just so sick. You can't diss that. It's just Bruce Wayne is just fucking going mad. He's like trying to get, it's just tense. It's epic, and especially in IMAX, it's wow. Like, come on, man, you can't even diss Zack Snyder's filming. But yeah, and the way he does the music as well, like when Superman comes in to rescue Lois the first time you see him, it's like, like the way he looks up and he smiles, and it's that music, that Superman's theme is just fucking epic. Like, every time he comes in, it's like, I love that shit, man. Especially in the IMAX, man. That shit fucking rumbles the seats, man. Like, the music is great. Like, Lex Luther's theme is amazing. I can't remember how it goes now. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I don't know. I'm not doing no justice to it whatsoever. But Lex Luther's theme is just like thrilling. Like, it gets you hyped. Wonder Woman's theme, my god. Wonder Woman's theme is absolutely amazing. Like, when she comes in at the end, like, oh my god. The music, Zack Snyder's choices of shots and everything, the way he films the Batmobile chase, the way the way he filmed the fights, everything spot on. You can't go wrong with that. Perfect. To like Ben Affleck's Batman. Batman is a don in this film. Like, as everyone's been saying, is the best Batman on screen so far, and I agree. Ben Affleck is the best Batman on screen so far. Like, the way he just comes in and just murks everyone, just wastes everyone up, just like, he just fucked everyone up so quick. Like, it feels like the Arkham games. It proper feels like the Arkham games. It feels like what Batman should be like. When you first see him up on that roof when the police come in, and you see the guys all branded, and then you see Batman on the ceiling, and he's all like that. And then they look up at him, and he just rushes out the flipping top. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, he's like some kind of rat just running out, like, but no, it's not an insult, it's like, it's just scary. It's like, he's not human almost, but he's obviously human, but that's what's like really creepy about him. Like, it's like seeing Batman from the perspective of a normal person. He just looks fucking scary. It's awesome the way they filmed that. Right? That is some sick shit. It's not like a super detective, super smart Batman. I'm sure he's smart to have the things he does to crack that thing that Wonder Woman had. Not enough time to develop that side of Batman. I'm sure we'll probably see that side of Batman later on in later films. But that side of Batman where he's just a beast, aggressive, knocking shit down. But the fact that he kills people It's a bit annoying, but I'll get into that later. Superman, you know, Henry Cavill looks great. He's, you know, he looks like a flipping action figure. He looks like the definitive Superman. But, you know, Ben Affleck's the best Batman we've got. Henry Cavill's the best Superman we've got ever. Like, even better than Christopher Reeve. Like, people got their nostalgia goggles on for Christopher Reeve. You're like, come on, man. Like, Henry Cavill is Henry Cavill is Superman, proper bad. Like, he needs a lot more. He needs better writing. It's not his fault, but because Batman outshined him easily in this. Even Wonder Woman to a certain extent outshined him, but he's still a sick Superman. He needs better writing. Wonder Woman, what can I say? She is an absolute beast. Like, the way Gal Gadot was just walking around those amazing dresses, she was so classy. Wonder Woman, like, she's probably the most biggest iconic female character. Not just a female superhero, but probably the biggest female character, like, in literature. So it's easy for directors and writers to want to make her this super over-the-top feminist character, like, you know, like they did with Rey. Like, they wanted to make Rey so strong that they overdid her in Star Wars. She started saying, "Let go of my hand," and all this kind of bullshit. They could have easily made one, but they didn't do that. There's a scene where Bruce Wayne grabs her arm and she looks at him. She looks like that. What the fuck is he trying to do? Like, but she didn't say nothing. She didn't do enough. She just let him do it. Like, she just knew it wasn't the time, wasn't the place. Like, if that was any other director, if that was fucking what's his face, if that was J.J. Abrams, he would have been like, he would have made her say, "Get off my arm, I'm Wonder Woman," or some stupid shit like that. You know? We don't need that shit. We see her strength just from just her being herself, like the way she came in the battlefield and just took care of. I believed in Wonder Woman. Like, when she came in the battlefield to fight Doomsday, and she just comes in like with the music and the shield, and like she just slamming her flipping bracelets together and smashing Doomsday out of the way, jumping in, smiling when Doomsday hit her down, and like she was all like, you know, she was tasting the blood of battle, she was getting the lust for battle again, and like Gal Gadot played her sick. I loved it. And like you see all her epicness right then and there, do you know what I mean? Like, there was a point where I was like, shit, man, Wonder Woman's gonna have to do this. And I didn't feel bad about that at all. It was good. I was like, Wonder Woman has to fucking end this. Superman can't hold that kryptonite thing. He obviously did, but I thought he couldn't. But anyway, Superman is all fucked up by the kryptonite. Batman is just a human guy. He needs to hide in the flipping behind a bin somewhere. So Wonder Woman has to be the one to grab that kryptonite thing and stab it through Doomsday's heart. I was ready for that. I was waiting for that, because she was the only one that was fighting. She was the only one that was there. Like Batman was hiding somewhere. Superman was fucked up with Lois Lane somewhere. Like, I loved how Gal Gadot played her. I loved how they portrayed her. I love her costume. I loved that little picture that Batman found, and it was the music started playing, and you can see that's leading into the Wonder Woman film. That's obviously gonna be like a flashback or whatever, or a prequel. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but yeah, Wonder Woman was just pure epicness. She was good. But one of the good points of the writing is how the world reacted to Superman. You know, like, they really they really want asking all these philosophical, maybe pseudo-philosophical questions about, is Superman a god? How do we treat this man that's trying to save us, but at the same time, at any time, he could just switch and kill us all if he wanted. He's so powerful. What do we do about this guy? One of my favourite scenes is when Wonder Woman's trying to figure out what's going on with Lex, Batman's trying to figure out what's going on with Lex Luther and the Kryptonite, trying to get access to Kryptonite, and Superman's like trying to figure out what's going on with Batman. Like, why is Bruce Wayne got this earpiece in his ear? Someone's talking to him, but then instead he saw a girl getting burnt up in a building, and he thought, you know what, fuck these lot, I need to save this chick. Like, I need to save this girl, man, she's in trouble. And he went to save her, and he comes out the building and playing the Superman music, and then all these people were like praising him almost like he's some kind of messiah, and it's all slow motion. See, that's what I mean. Zack Snyder's filming style is so good. Like I felt that scene when he comes out with the girl and they're all like touching Superman. Like, it just felt epic. Like, I'm a massive Marvel fan. You guys know this on my channel. Some people think I'm a Marvel fanboy, that I hate DC or something, but I have to say, that scene where Superman saves the girl and comes in, everyone's all praising him and that, like, I haven't had the feeling it gave me. I didn't get that feeling from much Marvel films. Like, Like, it wasn't a feeling of, oh my god, this is so epic, like how I felt when I watched Avengers for the first time. It was more of a feeling of the way they're treating Superman is like just a nice parallel of how people look at religion and God, and how people treat messiahs or false messiahs and stuff like that. It was just really interesting, that shot, just, and the music, it was just really sick. I loved that bit. And yeah, so the world's reaction to Superman was really well done, and the way they keep talking about him on the news, like when he was coming to the senator debate or whatever about what we should do about Superman. He came down and everyone on the news was like, Superman is here, this is such a historic moment, da, 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 da. Like the way they said it on the news broadcast, it just felt like, it felt real, it felt like believable. Like Bruce Wayne was watching it on the news, oh my god, Superman's there. He didn't say that, but you could tell he was saying that in his head. So I just loved that bit. Speaking of the Senate part, that explosion caught me off guard the first time I watched it. I was like, what the fuck? I think I like verbally just made a massive noise, like people could hear me in the cinema. I was like, whoa, shit. Got the granny tea thing, because Lex Luther made a comment about that. No, she made a comment about that. I could drink granny's tea or something like that, but it could be really piss or something. And then later on, she's drinking it. Granny's tea was written on it, and it's obviously piss. She had a weird taste in her mouth. And then like the guy's looking all weird, and suddenly everything just explodes. I was like, oh shit. Like, shit just got real. They just framed Superman twice. First time with the bullet, which I think was absolutely stupid. I'll get to that later. And now this Senate thing. Wow. Lex Luthor is not playing no games. I think it was Lex Luthor that sorted that. He gave the bomb to that guy, obviously. So, wow, that was really good. And I just think what I didn't like about that, though, was how it fooled Batman. Like, I wasn't even sure if Batman believed it or not, if he cared. But, like, Batman... It seemed to motivate Batman a bit more to get Superman, which helps their plot, helps their story, but at the same time it makes Batman feel a bit dumb. But anyway, I'll get to all that shit later. Yeah, so there's a lot of comic references, a lot of Easter eggs. Some of my favourite things was like, obviously a lot of this was based on The Dark Knight Returns, where Batman's all old and shit, and he gets the metal suit. That's where they got that idea from, and he's gonna fight Superman in that. That's just set way in the future and all that. And there's a bit where Superman's helping. He's like almost like the president's bitch in a Dark Knight Returns story, and he's fighting alongside the U.S. Army against the Russians. So the Russians send a nuke up to kill 50,000 troops. I believe it was 50,000 troops. They send a nuke up, and Superman is forced to be the one to go stop the nuke, and he goes and stops the nuke, and then it explodes, and it makes Superman get all zombified and fucked. The reason they did that in the comic was to make Superman a little bit weaker, to explain how Batman can get some good hits on him, like, you know, stand up next to him in a fight. But in Batman v Superman, they just kind of just had that scene just as a little reference, you know, fans will get it, where he's all zombified because of the, you know, it's just taking a little bits from it. I kind of like that though. And obviously some of the cool lines they took from the comic, like when Batman had the gun to that guy, and the other guy had the gun to Superman's mum's head, and he was like, I'll shoot her, and Batman was like, I believe you, and he shot him in his gas tank thing, like just like the comic. Batman did the exact same thing, same words, like that. And there was another line where Alfred was like saying, Master Bruce, is this really how you want to kill? You want to start branding criminals? And all he did, it wasn't a fan of what Batman was doing to the criminals. And then Batman was like, we're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals, or something like that. And he says that in the Dark Knight Returns comic as well.
We are criminals, Clark. We always have been. You're still one too. Only difference is you have a boss.
I like the use of little bits of the comic. And one of my favourite Easter eggs, I noticed it the second time watching it, that guy with the missing legs, when he was looking at all the reports of Superman, or all the like pinned up articles and drawings and pictures of Superman, there was one picture of Superman like holding a car, just like the front cover of Action Comics in 1938, the first time you ever see Superman in the comics. That was a cool little Easter egg there, so I like that one. Look, the film has a lot of good shit in it, man. Like, I think people over-exaggerate calling it shit. Some people even compare it to Fantastic Four. Get the fuck out of here, man. Like, this film, look, I was disappointed with Star Wars, but I still liked it. I'd say this film's about the same level as Star Wars. Take that as you will. because I like Star Wars and I like this, but I know there's flaws in it. One of the things that I thought was really interesting was how they made this connection between Batman's mum and Superman's mum, Martha, that both their names are Martha. Like, I don't know if the comics never really talked about that, because in the comics both their names are Martha as well. So I don't know if in the comics it never really talked about that because they thought it was some trivial nonsense that Zack Snyder thought it was amazing. Or maybe it was actually something that the comics, like, you know, they actually missed and thought it was actually interesting that both their mother's names are Martha, and they used that to connect them. Like, I mean, it was cool that he used it to connect them, but I felt it wasn't enough to make it believable that Batman will suddenly switch his opinion of Superman. But I'll get onto that on my negative stuff, my negative review. I love the fact that DC are sticking to their guns and they're keeping it dark, they're keeping it gritty, they're keeping it serious. There's a whole plethora of reviews saying, oh, it's humorless, it's dreary, it's too overly serious, it takes itself so seriously, why so serious? Oh, fuck off! That genuinely annoys me. Like, come on, man, this isn't a comedy, this is an action film. This is action superhero flick. Things are real. Things are serious. They're trying to take this shit seriously. Like the fans, like the critics are like, "Where's the joke? It's not a comedy. It's a flipping action film. Don't give me crap about you want more jokes in it. Be like Marvel. Just because you like Marvel films, that's why Zack Snyder called Marvel Flavor of the Week. Like, I don't think Marvel Flavor of the Week, but I can feel it getting to that stage. That's why some of the jokes from Flat Age of Ultron are a bit too much. Some of the jokes in Ant-Man, who said Ant-Man's good. I like Ant-Man, but they said it's Flavor of the Week because it's just the same Marvel formula. Thor 2 suffered greatly because of all the crappy, shitty humour. Iron Man 3, don't even get me started on Iron Man 3 with the shitty humour. Like, all these critics think it needs to be like Marvel with all the humour. No, I love that DC differentiate themselves with their serious tone and their dark tone. That's not what the problem is with this film at all. The tone is absolutely perfect. Like, I mean, sure, they could maybe have some heart in there, but it doesn't have to be funny heart. It just has to be like, you know, just to see people interact like normal. Like, people like to laugh as well as people like to cry, you know. Even in Daredevil, there's foggy cracking jokes, there's some like light scenes, but I don't want no flipping cracking jokes. I don't want one-liners from Batman, I don't want one-liners from Superman. Say things that matter, say things that mean shit. Don't give me no shitty one-liners. Like DC, keep doing your shit, keep it dark, I love it, just get some better writing, that's all you need. Like, the philosophical thoughts and I saw in a review, some guy tried to say Batman Superman is pretentious, or it's trying to, you know, do a social commentary. It shouldn't do that, it should just be funny. Fuck off. If it wants to do social commentary, let it do social commentary. If it wants to do some philosophical thoughts about things, let it do philosophical thoughts about things. Not about stupid political trivial shit like feminism or something like that, or gender politics or crap like that. It should do philosophical thoughts about life, about death, about God, about things like that. You know, that's what's interesting. Like, you know, I don't mind if it wants to do shit like that. That's what's good. That's what will grow. That's why people, I've got friends who aren't really superhero fans, like not comic fans, but they love the films, and they say that DC is way more, you know, adult, and while Marvel feels more childish. Like, come on, man. Like, why can't, like, there's nothing wrong. It's good to have something for the adults as well, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why all the critics think it's humorless and it's gritty. Nah, it's fine. Keep it dark, just get some better writing. That's what I've got to say about that. Now I'm going to move on to what I hate. This is about what I liked, so check out that video next. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like, subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think of my review and what you guys think of the film as well. We'll have a little tete-a-tete and chat in the comments, and I'll see you again. Peace. They did the death of Superman, you know, like, they did the Doomsday arc. What is the fucking point? Like, now you can't do it again. Like, you've killed Superman once, you can't kill him again. Like, it's stupid.